What's happening, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Street Notes. Today I'm shooting with the Ricoh GR, and I'm also going to be mixing a bit of colour and black and white here. I've been toying with something, trying to sort of get the idea of black and white either in or out of my system and deciding on which one I want to stick with. So as you'll see coming up to this first picture, we've got two guys carrying these buckets of, I don't know what it's for. It's not a super interesting picture, but it's, you know, I don't often see two guys carrying buckets in the street, so that's why I shot it. And the reason this one's in black and white is because it's not that interesting in colour, and for some reason make something black and white, slap a bit of contrast in there, and it automatically can make kind of boring things look a bit better. Same thing happens here. I see this guy putting his hat on, getting himself dressed up, I guess, to face the cold weather, and starting off in black and white. It looks pretty cool. It's alright, you know, nice contrasty. I like this corner because it has good light usually. The guy's dressed up pretty nice. He's got a travel neck pillow thing. He's got a nice watch on. Pretty cool looking guy. But I do think I like it better in colour in this case. I don't know why. There's not any particular colours that stand out. Maybe just that nice warm light against the blue sky and the blue travel pillow or something. Either way, I like it better in colour, but it works in black and white. Again, on the next corner, the light is still great. The light's really nice coming from, I think it's from the west or sort of southwest side of the city, and I thought maybe I would be able to make kind of high contrast thing from this heavily graffitied signpost that's here. And just as I was about to walk away from there, this guy rolls up on this electric scooter fat tire thing, and I was quickly trying to make something of it before he pulled away, and I think I could have framed this better, but I actually quite like it. It looks kind of cool. I like the arrow pointing towards him, and again, this works in black and white, but I prefer the colour. There's a kind of soft, subdued colour tone to this whole thing. Even the blue in the top right corner there is nice and kind of matches with a bit of blue on the sign. The red sort of matches with his gloves. They're more of a orangey leather colour, but I think the colour kind of adds something here. I like it better that way, so sticking with colour again. This guy always talks to us, and he's been asking us more and more about our projects and what we're doing in street photography and stuff like that. And
what are you doing it for?
make YouTube videos.
Do you make YouTube videos?
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? I'm on Collective Channel. What's going on? Get your half off if you contact him within the next 24 hours.
Now, as we're standing here chatting, this bus pulls up and a guy gets off with like a rolled up kind of American flag hat, I think it is. And I think it looks awesome, so I quickly grabbed a picture as he came past. And this isn't bad. Like, I don't know, it's much more about the scene there because it's sort of wide and he's like a small part in the middle at the bottom. I kind of like how the city has framed him in that picture, and he's wearing a super cool hat, got an awesome tattoo on his neck. And then just a couple seconds later, this bus pulls away and some people start walking past as the bus is pulling away as well. And you've seen me before trying to use buses as backgrounds. Well, that girl there with the sort of blonde hair and pink hat with also blonde bobble pom-pom thing that's right on the top, and I like that it matches her hair. It looks cool. It would probably have been better if she'd have been framed by that dark window to the just in front of her on the bus there, but you know, it is what it is. That's what I got. I like it. I'm trying to make something of the light with this UPS guy, but he started closing the door and sort of stepped out the light as I got to him. Don't like the picture. I just like that it said Vices of Commerce, and I don't know, could be some subliminal dark undertones to that one. Now this corner is probably one of the busiest in Denver. Unfortunately, with 4 of us walking around, it almost starts to feel like we all get in each other's way a little bit, and it makes it a little more difficult to shoot in my mind. So as I turned round, this bus came past us, and shooting through the window, and this was a shot that I got earlier doing a similar thing, but I really liked it. It was kind of a mistake shot. I was trying to shoot through the bus window to see if I'd get a silhouette, and I got this like kind of crazy abstract looking black and white thing. This one does look better in black and white. On this corner again, and this guy with a skateboard comes through, just kind of like chilling, walking through the town, just kind of looked free, and he was looking around, and he sort of glanced back just as I took this photo, and I really like where everybody is in this. He again is centered in that sort of vanishing perspective of the city, the type of shot which I've been doing a lot recently, and I'm either going to have to embrace it or try to consciously not shoot that scene all the time. But anyways, guy in the bottom right hand corner in the red jacket is pretty cool. There's another guy fills out the frame on the left hand side. He's dead center, just looking badass with awesome hair and a skateboard. Like, I really like this picture. It's pretty cool. So across the street, sort of like to try and, I don't know, find some other space. Maybe some people would pass through this side of the street. This shot did not work out. I just noticed like all the colours, the reds and pinks, thought it might be interesting, especially going through the shadows, but wasn't really working in my favour. This person passes through here, and I mean, I shot it, but it didn't work either. So, moving on. This was a quick fire sort of flick of the wrist type shot, and I like the colour of her jacket, and other than that, it didn't really work out. Now this is not something I'd usually shoot. Part of my sort of ethics is not to photograph people in a disadvantaged position, but there was a couple here having a tough time, trying to busk for some money, I guess, to get by, and they were just having that sort of beautiful moment. She was comforting him. He was probably having a hard time because he was trying to play his guitar, and it was absolutely freezing. I had gloves on and my hands were just about numb, and I just can't imagine how difficult it must be for people to be out on the streets in that weather. So I'm pretty glad that I just walked around with the GR. The more I shoot with this, the more it's grown on me, and I really did not think that was going to happen. I'm getting to the point where this would be the camera that I would pick up before any of the other cameras, especially if I'm just shooting in the city, taking a walk around, or on cold days where my hands are going to get cold, because I can just put everything in my pocket, warm my hands up, and bring the camera out when I need to. One of the things that I struggled with in the last video, was it last week's video, was getting in my head the idea that black and white photos sometimes might be better, and figuring out if maybe I want to shoot more in black and white or in colour. And I've been kind of toying with this because I've stuck with colour for so long, and I think going forward I'm going to continue to shoot in colour the vast majority of the time. However, that doesn't mean that a picture that I take in colour looks better in colour. It might look better in black and white, but I'm building a body of work, and if I want the body of work to be cohesive and turn into a solid project or book or anything, I need to stick to a specific medium. Digital almost gives us too much freedom nowadays to have all these options on like your editing style and your black and white and whatever you want to put out in it. And some of my favourite work have been cohesive bodies of work that have been done with one film stock, I guess, or one camera or something like that. I don't want to shoot film, but I do want to have some consistency that runs through my work. And at the end of it, if I feel I'm finished a project in Denver or project shooting whatever, I'll make that into a solid colour body of work. And if I have other pictures that maybe don't fit in it, I'll start to try them in black and white, and maybe that will also sort of find its way into being the start of another project. But for the most part, I'm going to focus on colour work. Blabbing. I am blabbing on. I think I should end this video. Is there anything else I want to say? Hoping that this winter lull disappears, that things warm up, the city gets busier, and as soon as possible people start doing things and we all get vaccinations and all that stuff. So thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and fingers crossed, get more activity in the next video. Cheers.